Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Vergel. I'm a student of degree in English as a foreign language, and today I will have an interview with the teacher Stephanie Sanchez. Teacher, my first question: what do you think about culture?
Well, I think culture is very important. I mean, culture is what make us be the way we are. Okay, we have, as an example, we're Colombians, so we have a very specific way to be. We're not exactly the same to Mexicans, even
Okay.
we're really close. So I think culture im- um, have everything to do with the way we are. So we always have a specific way to see to see the world. So culture is very important, and everything we do in songs, painting, theater, everything is shaped by our culture. So I think it's very important.
Okay, thank you, teacher. And my second question: what is the influence of culture in the process of a foreign language process?
Well, each language has a culture on his own. So everyone that speaks Spanish has a very specific culture that goes with the language. The people who speak English, they have his own culture. And but each country or each city that even if they speak the same language have their own characteristics. So it's very important when we're learning a new language, we're basically facing ourselves to a new entire culture, because it's impossible that we, again, as Colombians, we're gonna learn English and we have the same way to see the world, and as an example, the same food, the same way to speak, uh, of course, because we're speaking different languages, but the way we speak is different. The way we talk to our parents, we talk to our friends, is different. Each culture, each language has his own culture. So when we learn a new language, we're basically learning a new culture, and that's really, really spectacular.
Okay. Teacher, how do you involve culture in strategies used in your English classes?
Well, I like to explain to my students the difference between our culture and the culture, as an example, the Americans and the British, when we're learning some words in English. So I like to give them examples like um, in English, like in the British, they're more formal, and the way they speak has everything to do with the grammatics. They're more structured, but the Americans, they have an English more fluent and more um, normal, like an everyday talk, like we see that in Spanish. So I like to teach them that, because they need to know that even if they speak the same language, they have totally different ways to speak, and even it is different, they're able to understand each other. So I think it's very important, and I like to explain that to my students.
Okay, teacher. How has it influenced the culture in your own learning?
Well, I have the opportunity to work with Americans, Native Americans, and I saw that it was really different the way we talk. Even we both were speaking English, they were really particular. Some of them were really happy and very expressive, and we were speaking the same language, but there were some words that I didn't understand because they were really specific, like for us. Like we have a word here in Colombia that is used a lot, like parce or parcero. That's not, we don't find that word in a dictionary. So it happened the same when I was speaking to them, and they use words like that were really specific from them, that I didn't understand. But then I said, what that means. When they explained it to me, it was, oh, now I understand. So it is really important, and I like it because when we have the opportunity to talk with people that is not from our everyday culture and for our city, is very important, and is really fun to learn from them, and is everything, and every day is like a new adventure.
Okay, teacher, and the final question is: cultural diversity a problem to optimize the teaching in the classroom?
No, I don't think that is a problem. Actually, I think that is an advantage. When we have different cultures, it could be a little complicated to understand each other, but for the same reason, we have different words and different ways to see the world. But when we finally get together to the same point, it's fantastic. We can learn from each other, and that's basically what we want. We're not in the classroom just to teach them the to be verb or the grammatic rules, and that's it. Okay, we can learn that, but it's important, and not just in English classes, in every class. What we want is to teach something and also to learn something. So different cultures always give us that opportunity to learn from the other people, and they can learn from us too. So I think it's fantastic. I don't think that is a problem.
Okay, teacher, thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Bye.